How do you handle conflicts of interest at the IRS? Hi, I'm Juliana, and I am a former IRS employee, revenue agent, and customer service rep. And I like to talk about experiences I had at the IRS, as well as things that you may experience either with the IRS or in tax in general. So if any of that interests you, then come along. During my time at the IRS, I had only a couple smaller conflicts of interest, once in the call center and once as a revenue agent, and I was able to get out of those situations. I'll mention those in a different video at some other time, but I wanted to mention what the IRS's position on that is. So the IRS is very concerned about keeping private information private. Your information is not to be released to anybody at any point without, permission, or that person needs to be authorized to look at it. They use a system that is DOS, where you type in command codes, and essentially for almost every page that you look at in this system called IRS, there's the command code, and then you type in the social, and then sometimes you put the year and you push enter. It depends on what page you're looking at. So if you have a typo in the social, you can get to someone else's page. And all of the pages, as far as my knowledge, all of the people's social, all 300 million people in the US, that information is available to all of the people. But you're not allowed to go look at anybody's information except the one singular person you are supposed to be looking at that given time. And that's someone you have been assigned to, either to do collections from, to talk to on the phone in this given moment, to do an audit of, for whatever reason. If I went and I looked up my buddy's information, I would then be investigated and probably fired or reprimanded, depending on the severity of the situation. So while that information may be accessible, it is not allowed and taken very seriously. So conflicts of interest arise when somebody asks you, hey, could you just look up and see the status of my refund? I haven't heard from them. Could you, contact somebody to find out the status of this thing? They can't. They can possibly, depending on the thing, but they can get fired. And trust me, their job is not going to be worth looking up the status of your thing. So 100% of the time they should say no. All just general procedure questions that should be information they can give you if they know. Otherwise, doing favors for people, that's a big no-no. If I got assigned somebody that I know to either talk to on the phone, go into their account, release a refund, do an audit, anyone I know, anyone who lives in close proximity to me, so that one that I might know, someone I went to school with, a relative, cannot do their stuff, cannot look at their stuff. No, because it looks impartial. It looks partial? Yes, that one. It looks partial. It looks like there could be favors being done, or there's favoritism, even when there's not. So the big thing was, it needs to look good. It needs to look like it's a arm's length, whatever. So the IRS really wants appearances to be how they really are. They don't want, even if you are legit on the up and up, being honest about everything, they don't want someone to be able to come back and say, well, she handled an audit for her cousin, so therefore it probably went more favorably. No, you can't do it, because you don't want to have that come back. You don't want to have that accusation. You don't want to look bad. So if you access anything you're not supposed to, if you release anything you're not supposed to, not good. They will investigate, and you could get fired.